Drop it. Yeah.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Flexy, and today I've got another video for you. Now, I think on Saturday I uploaded a test hand video for Crusadia Guardragons with the Codebreaker package, and in the video I said that I've recently uploaded a Crusadia deck profile, which is not true. I've gone back and checked my channel, and the last time I uploaded a Crusadia profile was like 4 months ago, maybe even longer, and it wasn't even my own. It was a friend's deck profile. So here I am, and this deck profile right here is the exact list that I was playing for the test hand video. In case you wondered. Also, if you haven't seen the test hand video, if you want to see how this deck performs and what the deck can do in the end, then I definitely recommend you check it out. I'm gonna put the link in the top right corner in the information tab, but for now let's hop right into the profile. Now, the most of it is actually, I want to say, pretty standard for Crusadia combo variants. I play every of the Crusadia main deck monsters. I play 3 Maximus, I play 3 Draco, main combo piece. Without him the Guardragon combo wouldn't be accessible so easily. Then there's 4 copies of Arborea. I don't play Format Skipper anymore, so I opted to play the 16th Crusadia copy here basically. Then 3 Reclusius and 3 Leonis, nothing much to say here. And every Crusadia I can see is very important to me. Then onto the Guardragon package. It's not really a Guardragon package, it's more so a Dragon Extender package, which is 1 Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, 1 White Dragon Wyver Burster, and then 3 Renryu, which can be special summoned onto the field if a spellcaster monster is on your field, and our Link 1 monster, which is the most important extra deck combo piece basically, is Crusadia Magus. It's a spellcaster, so 100% of the time if our combo succeeds we can have a spellcaster monster on board, meaning in the opening hand he's insane. If we draw him off of the Saryuja, he might be dead, but he might not be, so that's pretty dope. Those are perfect extenders because they're level 4 dragons, but also replace themselves with each other, so they generate additional advantage. And Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon is also one of the reasons why the combo is possible in the first place, because we can summon him out with LP and then summon back a dragon monster from the graveyard. Now, as I've mentioned before, I'm not playing Format Skipper anymore because he can be hand trapped a little too easily. Very many hand traps are running around recently, so I chose not to play him anymore. But I still do play the Paralytic Seed. It's just way too powerful not to play it, in my opinion. If your deck doesn't conflict with it, and if your deck plays a lot of Link monsters, especially with downward pointing arrows obviously, then there's almost no reason not to play this card. It's a perfect extender, it's a freely rank 4, so it does whatever you want it to do. And then I play 1 Codebreaker 0 Day, which is a Garnet. It's required for the Codebreaker combo, which you're gonna see more in the extra deck. But I think drawing it isn't even too bad, so it's like, it's alright, I guess, but definitely the combo line it establishes is extremely powerful. And then we play 1 Gameciel, the Sea Turtle Kaiju, which is an insane triple Omni Negate basically, in tandem with the Waterfront. And 1 Terraforming, we want to see this in our opening hand as often as possible, but also drawing it off of the Saryuja is like good enough. So playing 4 copies. I used to play 5 copies with the Set Rotation and the Crusadia Field spell, but I'm trying to get away from Garnets as much as possible, Codebreaker being the only one at this point. We used to play like 4 or 5 Garnets, but right now it's down to 1, which is pretty dope. And so playing as many of these as possible is important in my opinion, and the Gameciel is insane. Then in terms of hand trap protection, we play 1 Call by the Grave. Sadly, it's limited to 1, but I still choose to play it. It's very powerful and can also be additional interruption on your opponent's turn. Same as Crusadia Power. Crusadia Power is also searchable, but it provides so many levels of play. You can use it as protection on your turn, you can use it as interruption on your opponent's turn, you can play around Dark Ruler with it, you can do so many things. It also allows you to draw into multiple copies of your different Crusadia spells and traps, which turns them from garnets or bricks into actual like regular combo pieces, I want to say. So that's why I chose to stick to 3 Crusadia powers instead of 2 or maybe even 1. And then I play 3 Pot of Avarice. I always wanted to play this card as soon as it came back to 3 copies per deck. But for some time before I found out about the Codebreaker combo, I felt like it was too often dead in the hand or didn't provide the advantage I hoped it would. But right now with the extra deck monsters that we use for our combos, it's pretty dope. I would definitely recommend playing 2. Personally, I chose 3. But if that's too much for you, if you need the deck space, then 2 is fine as well. And then I'm playing a small Crusadia / World Legacy package, and I'm playing the World Legacy Succession, which is a monster reborn into a Link monster zone. And this can be searched with Crusadia Crawler if he's special summoned into a Link monster zone, which we usually aim to do into Equamax's zone. so he can also be tributed off since he's a Crusadia name for the Equimax negate. And also he can help play around Dark Ruler no more, depending on what else we have in our hand or on our board. And then we have the Vanguard, which has a pretty neat combo interaction. If you want to see it in more detail, then definitely check out the test hand video and the combo tutorial I've done. But quickly to go over it now, if we have Equimax on our board like this, and then we have any Crusadia, it doesn't even have to be in his zone, it can be below him. So basically this would be dead, right? We couldn't use him for a negate with Equimax. But with the Vanguard, we can flip it. Let's say your opponent normal summons his combo starter, then you flip the Vanguard, tribute off the Maximus, and summon from your deck a Crusadia monster. And you choose to summon Reclusia into the zone Equimax points to, because then you can activate Reclusia's trigger effect when he's summoned into a Link monster zone to target one Crusadia card you control and one card your opponent controls to destroy them both. And you will target the Vanguard because it doesn't do anything beyond this point. Basically gaining you a free interruption off of the Reclusia, and then you still have a monster you contribute for Equimax to negate any card, right? So that's a pretty dope interaction. I have pretty much overlooked this ever since I've first read the Crusadia Vanguard. But right now I think this is very cool. Also, that's what I've been talking about with the Crusadia spell and trap cards not being garnered anymore. Before, we would hate to draw the Crawler because it doesn't do anything in the combo, and the only point of it is searching it with Regulax in the end and then setting it to have an additional monster negate or a playing our Dark Rule no more. But now with having an additional target with Vanguard and also playing 3 Crusadia power, we have so many ways of interacting with the different cards as protection, as interruption, playing our Dark Ruler, searching different targets, so it's not like our Regulax search is dead if we draw the Crawler or whatever. So that's a very cool thing as well. Now onto the extra deck. I'm playing 2 Magius, 1 Spatha, 1 Regulax, 1 Equimax, and 1 Abermax for the extra deck package, for the Crusadia package and the extra deck. 1 of each is enough, especially now since I play 3 Pot of Avarice, so I can usually shuffle back, like say 1 Magius, 1 Spatha, maybe even one Regulax, depending on whenever I'm able to fire off the Avarice. But I choose to play 2 Magius because sometimes it comes up that I can only end my combo on an Equimax and a Crusadia monster on board, and at this point I would summon the Magius with the monster Equimax points to, and then go into an Abermax, because 1 Abermax might be harder to get rid of than 1 Equimax with a negate. Then for the combo package, I have 1 Guardragon LP, basically the main reason why our combo functions, and I really hope that we don't lose it on the upcoming ban list. With Skull Dread allows us to draw deeper into our deck, maximizing the chances of seeing Waterfront, but also allows us to special summon the Gamma Seal. Also basically a reason why the combo functions in the first place. And then the Codebreaker package, which I've mentioned before. Now Link Spider and Triple Burst Dragon basically can save our lives at some points, because Link Spider can link off the token that Nibiru gives us, and then we have not only an effect monster on board but also a downward pointing arrow, which is important for the Crusadia monsters. And Triple Burst Dragon can link off the Spatha LP if we get hand trapped at this point, because LP inhibits us from playing non-dragon like special summoning non-dragon monsters. And with Triple Burst Dragon being a Link 3 dragon monster with a downward pointing arrow is basically everything we need to keep playing after being impermed at our LP or whatever. And then I play 3 additional interruptions, I want to say. So FA Dawn Drexler is generic level 7 spell trap negate synchro monster, which is extremely dope because Arborea is a level 3 tuner. And then we have Crusadia Maximus, Draco, we have the Chaos Dragons, we have the Renryu, so we have plenty of level 4 monsters we can use for this. And Abyss Dweller, I would say he's a little meta specific, but in this case I think he's basically the best rank 4 monster we can play. And also it's the only rank 4 monster I think is worth playing at the moment anyway. Maybe I've been thinking about playing something like Redoer or maybe Chakanine Dryden, but I would have to get rid of something else in my extra deck, which I don't really want to do right now. So I'm going with Abyss Dweller, but there are definitely some other choices you can do here. And then Appaloosa, which if you've seen my test and video, usually what I do is I perform the regular combo, hope to summon out a Gamma Seal with the negates, and then I perform the Codebreaker combo, which I go into an Appaloosa with 3 materials and then summon out the Equimax, potentially even with a negate. So this, with the Appaloosa and the Codebreaker combo, we can usually end on, I want to say with the Gamma Seal, we can end on 7 to 8 interruptions. And without the Gamma Seal, we can still end with the Appaloosa combo, depending on the hand, obviously, how many extenders we have. We can still end on like 3 to 5 interruptions in best case. So this is very important. Some people tend to play something like Griffin instead of Appaloosa, but I personally feel like Appaloosa is a little too powerful not to play it. So that's basically it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did so, then please leave a thumbs up, and if you didn't, then leave a thumbs down. But especially tell me what you didn't like, because I'm always trying to improve my content. Also, if you have any suggestions for the deck, now obviously this deck isn't perfect. Also, I haven't really been able to test this recently. I plan to do so even more in the future, but for now this is basically just all like theory crafting and personal preference. But so far I haven't been able to find any like weak points I want to say in the deck. But I'm still open to hearing suggestions, so if your Crusadia Guardragon list has any cool spicy text that you want to share with me, then let me know in the comments down below. And other than that, guys, see you next time. Goodbye.